Remember that scene in Billy Madison where he catches the dodgeball and he's like, now you're all in big, big trouble. That's what it feels like with Caitlin Clark in the WNBA right now. Like she's just figured it all out. She is playing the best basketball of her career, her fourth career triple-double against the Portland Fire. But, that's a statistical benchmark and it looks nice. But it's the way she's playing, the way she looks out on the court that is a real display. I mean, she is just so under control. She's a 3-level scorer. She's getting consistently downhill. No one can stop her from getting downhill.
As Caitlin Clark completed her fourth career triple-double, it felt like another major moment in her growing career. It wasn't just an important win for Indiana, it was another performance that showed how much her game has developed. While Clark continued making big plays, other teams around the league were left searching for ways to slow her down. Her recent performances have made her a serious part of the conversations around the league's biggest individual awards. Every dominant game adds to her growing reputation and increases the pressure on opponents to find an answer. Right now, Indiana is playing with confidence, and Clark is leading the way with some of the best basketball of her career.
Is getting close to being a real, it's already a real case. It's getting close to being perhaps, is she and should she be the MVP? We'll see how she does against the Minnesota Lynx on Sunday. But boy, oh boy, she's just, it's a whole different class. As a great philosopher once said, there's levels to this. And you saw it in this game. First she got to 1,500 career points early in this one. And, she's like rewriting the record book like Wilt Chamberlain or something. Who knows how many fastest to this or that things and statistics there's going to be. But
it feels like Caitlin Clark has reached another level, and the rest of the WNBA is starting to feel the pressure. Her performance against the Portland Fire wasn't just another great game. It was a statement that she is playing the best basketball of her career. Many people expected her to need time to adjust, but she has improved much faster than expected. She now looks completely comfortable on the court, reading defenses with confidence and making smart decisions like a seasoned veteran. The game seems to have slowed down for her, and that makes her even more difficult for opponents to stop.
Ball, it feels like she's never missing, and obviously there's been a lot of talk around Sophie lately. The coaches are getting asked questions before the game, but you can't put into question how well she's performed out on the court and her mental fortitude to push through all that. As far as sort of feeding off of the negative energy from the crowd, Caitlin sort of lost the ball in this one. Sophie catches it, squares up, and shoots. Crowd's booing. Looks like she threw up an L, perhaps to the crowd. But Sophie is, that production she's given them off the bench.
Clark's fourth career triple-double was impressive, but the way she earned it made it even more special. She showed complete control of the game from start to finish. She has developed into a true 3-level scorer who can shoot from deep, score in the mid-range, and finish at the basket. Whenever she has the ball at the top of the key, she isn't just looking to score. She carefully reads the defense, waits for the right moment, and takes advantage of any mistake. Her ability to pass, shoot, and drive with such accuracy makes her extremely difficult to defend. Opposing coaches continue to search for answers, but Clark's all-around offensive game keeps putting defenses under constant pressure.
Second half than in the first half, but I think she's over 20 points for 13 straight games. Kelsey and Caitlin, I don't know what else to say about the backcourt. Aaliyah Boston overpowered Portland early in the game, 14 points, 9 boards, 6 assists, 5 steals for AB. Monique Billings continues to play well. She's really found her groove, found her role, and now is producing consistently, going over double figures for the last 5 games. Michaela Timpson was good off the bench again in 20 minutes, 15 points for KK. She had 2 steals as well. And then it was the Caitlin Clark show that just...
Clark's efficiency in this game was just as impressive as her scoring. She finished with 26 points while taking only 9 shots, showing how effective she was on offense. Instead of forcing difficult attempts, she attacked the basket and earned frequent trips to the free throw line. The defense struggled to stop her without fouling, and she made them pay by converting her free throws. When a defender has to foul just to slow a player down, it shows how difficult that player is to guard. Clark controlled the game with smart decisions, efficient scoring, and constant pressure on the defense, putting together another outstanding offensive performance.
This one is just sick with the skill. Straight to the right. Look at that. Hard drive to the right. Behind the back, going back to the left. Crossover between the legs, back to the right. She's on skates. Now I'm stepping back to the left. And there it is. That is just absolutely filthy. That trademark going to the left. She can't guard me. She knows you can't guard her. Nobody can guard her. Nobody can stop her. And then the passing, like she would have got to the triple-double a lot earlier if some of the early passes were converted. A couple of assist opportunities.
The MVP conversation is no longer based only on fan excitement or speculation. Clark's performances are making her a serious candidate for the award. If she continues playing at this level, people will start talking about more than just individual achievements. She has taken her game to another level and is showing skills that very few players can match. The upcoming game against the Minnesota Lynx will be an important test for her MVP case. A strong performance against one of the league's best teams would make her argument even stronger and could have a big impact on the MVP race.
Her score 112 points. That's their 5th straight game with at least 100 points. That is a WNBA record. So WNBA record for most consecutive games scoring 100 points. Right now they have the record for most points per game. They have the record for the highest offensive rating in the history of the league. They are absolutely cooking, and Caitlin Clark is absolutely dominating. Just dominating. Now, the next one is a real test. They've got the Minnesota Lynx on Sunday in Minnesota. Right now, the Lynx have the best record in the league.
Clark is breaking records at an incredible pace. It seems like every time she steps on the court, she reaches another milestone and draws comparisons to some of basketball's greatest players. In this game, she became one of the fastest players in history to reach 1,500 career points. She is no longer relying only on deep three-pointers. She has also become very dangerous attacking the basket with her right hand. She gets to the rim with confidence and finishes through tough defense. Opponents try to play physical and make every shot difficult, but she keeps attacking without slowing down. Her toughness has grown along with her skill, making her one of the hardest players in the league to stop.
And Olivia Miles, obviously Nafisa Collier is now back for the Lynx as well. So that should be a get your popcorn ready game from the Target Center on Sunday. But, Caitlin Clark being on target from outside and getting to the free throw line, and she's hitting mid-range, like, what you going to do? Nothing you can really do. And if she's able to keep this going and they're able to keep rolling, if they could beat the Lynx on Sunday and Clark puts up another game like this, that's the MVP drum right there. Because no one
wasn't just making normal shots. She was hitting baskets that looked like they belonged in a video game. One of the biggest moments came at the end of the first quarter when she made an incredible buzzer beater. The play was so difficult that it easily could have been an and one. Many of the shots she takes are extremely hard, but she makes them look simple. Performances like this can crush the confidence of the opposing team. Even when defenders do everything right, she still finds a way to score with amazing shots. It's the kind of talent that leaves opponents frustrated and wondering how to stop her.
Teammates, the ability to focus in and keep all that other stuff to the side. And, man, think about how far we've come from that game against the Portland Fire where her and Stephanie Wright were going at it on the sideline and they got smoked. And Caitlin was in foul trouble and got pulled early. It was one of those early substitutions when they were up and you're worrying about the substitution patterns and everybody's questioning the relationship between the player and the coach and her defense and all that. That seems like a distant memory at this point as Caitlin Clark continues to just hit from distance to the tune of a triple-double.
Cunningham has become one of Indiana's biggest weapons from three-point range. She started the game hot and never slowed down. Even with all the recent criticism and controversy around her, she stayed focused and played at a very high level. She showed the confidence every championship team needs from a role player. When the crowd started booing her, she didn't back down. Instead, she embraced the moment and even appeared to flash an L toward the hostile fans. Her energy, toughness, and quick shooting have completely changed Indiana's bench production. Every time she gets an open look, defenses are forced to pay attention, which creates even more space for Caitlin Clark and the rest of the offense. That extra shooting has made the Fever much harder to defend. If opponents focus too much on Clark, Sophie makes them pay from the outside. At the same time, Kelsey Mitchell continues to play incredible basketball. She scored more than 20 points for the 13th straight game, showing just how consistent she has been. Together, Clark and Mitchell have formed one of the most dangerous backcourts in the league. Mitchell's movement without the ball is outstanding, and Clark always seems to know exactly where she will be. Their chemistry allows Indiana to create easy scoring opportunities throughout the game. Aaliyah Boston also made a huge impact by dominating the paint early. She finished with 14 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, and 5 steals, proving once again that she is the team's anchor on both offense and defense. Maddie Billings continued her strong play by scoring in double figures, while KK Timpson added 15 points in only 20 minutes off the bench. With so many players contributing, Indiana's chemistry keeps getting stronger, making them one of the deepest and most dangerous teams in the league. Even with so many teammates playing well, the game still belonged to Caitlin Clark. She made one highlight play after another, including an incredible drive where she attacked to the right, crossed back to her left between her legs, made the defender lose balance, stepped back, and knocked down the shot. It has become her signature move, and even though every defender knows it's coming, very few can stop it. She played with complete confidence and controlled the game from start to finish. Clark's passing was just as impressive as her scoring. She could have recorded her triple-double much earlier if a few teammates had finished easy shots in the first half. She constantly scanned the floor, looking for open teammates. The assist that completed her triple-double came on a pass to KK Timpson in the lane, and shortly after that, the coaching staff took her out of the game. It was a complete performance that showed why she is considered one of the best playmakers in basketball. One of the best moments came when Clark found Kelsey Mitchell on a perfect backdoor cut. The timing between the two was incredible, almost as if they were communicating without speaking. Clark delivered the pass through several defenders for an easy basket. Plays like that show how much trust and chemistry they have built together, making Indiana's offense even more difficult to stop. The Fever finished with 112 points, giving them 5 straight games with at least 100 points. That set a new WNBA record and highlighted just how explosive their offense has become. They now lead the league in scoring and own one of the highest offensive ratings ever recorded. Clark has been the driving force behind that success, leading an offense that has overwhelmed opponents with its pace, shooting, and teamwork. Now Indiana faces its biggest challenge yet with a matchup against the Minnesota Lynx, who own the league's best record. Fans are excited because it will also be the first career meeting between Caitlin Clark and Olivia Miles. With Nafisa Collier back in Minnesota's lineup, the atmosphere is expected to be electric. If Clark delivers another dominant performance on the road, her MVP case will become even stronger. What makes this run even more impressive is how much things have changed since the beginning of the season. Earlier, people questioned Clark's relationship with coach Stephanie White, her defense, her stamina, and whether she could adjust to the professional game. Those concerns have disappeared. Clark has grown into a confident leader who earns the respect of her teammates and the attention of every defense. She continues to play at a high level despite carrying enormous expectations, showing outstanding conditioning and focus every night. Clark is no longer just chasing statistics. She is focused on winning and building a lasting legacy. Her chemistry with her teammates is obvious in the way they celebrate each other's success and always look for the best shot instead of forcing individual plays. The Fever have gone from a struggling team to one of the most feared offenses in the WNBA because everyone has accepted their role and raised their level of play. Looking ahead, it is hard to find anyone playing better basketball than Clark right now. Whether she is making deep three-pointers, throwing incredible passes, or making key defensive plays, she continues to impact every part of the game. Her shooting range forces defenses to spread out, creating open lanes for her teammates. If Indiana beats Minnesota, the conversation could shift from whether Clark deserves the MVP award to whether anyone else has a realistic case. The rest of the league should remember that Clark is still early in her professional career. She is already breaking records and changing the way teams defend, yet she continues to improve every week. Her confidence, skill, and leadership have helped bring the WNBA into a new era. Every big performance adds to a growing legacy that could be remembered for generations. The win over Portland felt like more than just another regular season game. It showed how much Clark and the Fever have grown. Instead of letting criticism or pressure affect her, Clark continues to let her game speak for itself. She has helped turn Indiana into a championship contender and has become one of the biggest stars in basketball. As the playoffs get closer, the excitement around the Fever continues to grow, and it feels like the Caitlin Clark story is only getting bigger.